Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I got a request to do a video about how to figure out what gear ratio your Jeep has. So let's go outside and I'll show you the 3 ways that I know how to do it. So grab yourself a wire brush and head out to your Jeep. I'm just going to use this axle right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to look between the bolts for a little tag. And if it's there, you're going to want to clean it up. Unfortunately, the tag's gone on this one. It's gone on that Jeep. It's gone on that Jeep. It's gone on everything. A lot of didnt axles came with that tag from the factory, and there'll be a bunch of numbers on there, but you'll see a grouping of 3 numbers. It might say 4 and then 1 0. That would be 410 gears. 3, a space, and then 55. If it's a Ford 8.8, there might be a L in there, like 4L10 or something like that. But that's the easiest way to figure it out. If your tag's gone, then we're going to move on to the next one. It's probably the next easiest way. If you've never taken your diff cover off to change the oil, it's a good idea to do this anyway and get some new oil in it. But pull your cover off. And behind it, you're going to have a ring gear. And what you're going to do is just spin it around until you see some numbers. So if you look right there, this one says 410. This is a Ford 8.8. A lot of times what you're going to see is 2 numbers stamped. You got a 41 and a 10. So there's 41 teeth on this and 10 on the pinion. And if you do the math and divide it, it ends up at 4.10 or 410 gears. So pretty much every gear set I've ever seen has had this information stamped on it. And all you gotta do is pop that many bolts to get to it. So if you don't feel like doing it those 2 ways, there's one more way to do it. We can jack the back of the Jeep up, spin the rear tires, count how many times the drive shaft turns. There are some things that you have to do right or you're gonna get the wrong reading though. So I'll go outside and do that now. Usually I'm not a big safety guy, but don't forget to chock your wheels so the Jeep don't roll away. Once you have that done, throw your transmission in neutral and then you're ready to jack the rear end up. If you have open differentials, it's best to only lift one tire off the ground because as you can see here, if you lift both tires, sometimes the other wheel turns a little bit and sometimes it doesn't, and that is going to throw off your count. Place a mark on the top of your rear tire and pick a home spot you can easily see on the drive shaft and mark that as well. So when you're doing this, it really helps if you're good with fractions to decimal conversions. It might be hard to tell the difference between 355s and 373s because they're going to be real close to each other. You just have to do your best guesstimation. So a quarter turn is 0.25, half turn is 0.50, 3/4 of a turn is 0.75. If degrees are your thing and you're better with degrees, 90 degrees would be 0.25, 180 would be a half, 270 would be 3/4 or 0.75. For open diffs, lift one rear tire off the ground. There's 2 ways you can do this. For the first method, rotate the tire 1 full revolution, count how many times the drive shaft rotates, then multiply that number by 2. So in my case, 2.5 revolutions plus a hair passed equals 5 plus a hair, or 513. Alternatively, you can rotate the tire 2 full revolutions and count the drive shaft rotations without multiplying it. And I just passed a half. So if you get this done and you're unsure exactly where it's at, you can always line your marks up and try again. The reason you have to turn your tire twice with an open diff or multiply it by 2 if you only turn it once like how I did it, has to do with the way the spider gears and the differential work. With one tire planted on the ground, the spider gears have to rotate since one axle isn't moving, and it kind of doubles or halves the rotation of the other side depending on how you look at it. So all the power goes to one side, just like when you lose traction while you're doing burnouts. Sorry, Greta.
How dare you!
So if that doesn't make sense, just look up the video called How a Differential Works for some good old gear wizardry lessons. Now I'm going to turn on my air locker to simulate a spool, auto locker, limited slip, or any traction device that's on full time. So if you have a locker like that, lift both of your rear tires off the ground, and this time you only have to make 1 rotation of the rear tire while counting how many times the drive shaft makes a complete turn. 5, and then that last little bit. So yeah guys, that's literally all there is to it. That's 3 different ways you can figure out your gear ratio. If you guys have another way to figure it out, leave it down in the comments below. Hope this helps some of you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.